Hello, everyone. I'm Ziffy Davy, and this is my channel on YouTube. It's been a couple months since I haven't been able to record a video, just because the energy was very intense. And as you know, a lot of us have been going through a lot of different things. And of course, this big, huge solar eclipse that just happened. And I really want to talk to you about all that. But first, I have to tell you that I was a month in Egypt. And it was the most amazing trip that I took. And it was the most amazing time that happened for me. I was there for almost over 25 days. It's a tour that I do. It's actually a sacred tour that I do every year, every February, with some incredible women that studying with me from September to February. And then we do initiations in the Temple of Abydos. And it's a priestess retreat, as well as a priestess studying, which is with her certification and everything else that goes with it. But if you need to know about that, you can just check my website, and the next one will be available in September. Now, the other thing that I have is I have 2 spaces available for my Mary Magdalene tour that is going to be on the 23rd of, or 22nd of March. Of May, and we'll be there to the end of May. And it's a tour of the sacred lands the Mary Magdalene walked, and maybe even Jesus, as a lot of people have felt, and a lot of people talk about it for many, many years now. So anyway, if you're interested in something like this, I do have 2 spots available last minute. So let's talk about the energy, okay? The energy is been very, very intense. The day of the eclipse, actually, I don't know if you all had some physical body sensations. And for me, the most incredible thing was that I had like a headache, and I never get headaches. And this pressure kind of told me then when the eclipse happens that it's actually started happening the exact time of the eclipse, that it was the beginning of it. And it went away as the time went on. And it is telling me that we need to really, really start clearing whatever is going on in our headspace. Because in our headspace does really not connect with our intuition. It doesn't connect with our heart. It doesn't connect with the energies. So when we feel those things happening in our bodies, that actually mean that the space is opening in our third eye, or in our crown chakra, or in our heart space. So whatever we feel in it. And it felt to me like my crown chakra was opening and really was coming, how do I call it? Even more open than it is now. So, and I have noticed that my intuition is very, very strong. And I bet you have noticed that with yourself. And I'll tell you a very interesting thing. I have a song that I really like, because I'm in Greece right now, and there's a Greek singer that I love very much since I was in my young days. And what happened was, every time, I don't listen to radios at all. And normally when I'm driving, or I normally listen to my own mantras and spiritual music, or some videos or something like that. So for the past, since the eclipse, what's been happening is I will turn the radio on. Before that, I would think, let me turn the radio on and see if the song is on. And guess what? Every time I've been doing this since the eclipse, the song comes on. So what is that telling me? That the pressure that we felt, or whatever we felt on the eclipse, is opening up our intuition. And our intuition is something that it's happening because the energies that came down on the solar eclipse is for us to totally release the past and move forward. In the Vedic astrology, the eclipse happened in Pisces, and in Western, it happened in Aries. Pisces is a very intuitive, a zodiac sign. And I have very important planets there, and you need to look at what planets that you have there. But our intuition, forget having the planets, because in the Western, they're saying it happened in Aries. But our intuition is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. We are ascending in a very different way that we believe ascension is about. The intuition becomes stronger just because we are grounded. So the more grounded we are, the more our intuition is going to open and is going to bloom. Because if we're not grounded, the intuition does not really flourish, because then it's not, it's not, how do I say? We might not get the right information, and we might not know where this information is coming from. But if you've had cleared your physical body and you've done work on your chakras, your intuition is going to be even more intense and even more correct, if I want to use that word. Because, we all doubt our intuition. How many of us really focus on our intuition? Well, I learned this lesson a long time ago, that if someone tells me to go left and I go right, my intuition will always take me to the right place. But now I don't have that kind of testing anymore. Now I just feel it, I listen to it, and I act upon it. And that's the way to be starting this eclipse. And that's part of the ascension. The ascension is, the more grounded we are, the more the vibration is going to change, and the more we're going to be able to heal ourselves, to listen to ourselves, to really connect to who we are. And also we have to release what doesn't serve us anymore. This eclipse, it was a very karmic eclipse. And all of us, they have a lot of karma to deal with, specific with our ancestors, because this eclipse, it was about our ancestors. So think about what you need to clear, that it comes part of your ancestors. Because when you clear the first chakra, guess what happens? The ground is becomes stronger, your intuition becomes bigger. So your third eye and your crown chakra, which is 6th and 7th chakra, opens up, and the pure energy of what you need to hear from the universe, from you masters, from your higher self, from actually also your ancestors, it would just run through your body, and you will know that's true. So this is one thing that is really happening right now for this time. Also, a friend of mine the other day, he's an amazing astrologer, and he's a Vedic astrologer, and he was talking about ascension. And he was saying that it's not about us separating or going from 3rd dimension to 4th or 5th dimension. It's about us really getting grounded and taking care of ourselves in this grounding energy. Because yes, the 4th dimension exists and the 5th dimension exists. But can you imagine if we can get in those dimensions, totally grounding ourselves so we can get to the new dimensions? And what grounding means for me is that we have cleared every low vibration, every low fear, everything that we feel that it doesn't serve us anymore. And of course, all that lies in the first chakra. But can you imagine when you clear and forgive your ancestors, your DNA will shift. That is part of our ascension. Your DNA will shift, which means we do carry the DNA and the energy of our ancestors. But if we totally ground ourselves, and we can heal ourselves from any negative thoughts, from any negative things that are happening around us, and we're focused on the purity of what our heart chakra is saying, and simultaneously our 6th chakra, our intuition, then we can move to all the dimensions that we want. Because that's where we made from. We made from God. We are a form of God and goddesses. And when we start believing that, nothing can ever hurt us. Nothing can ever shift who we are. But you know what? We got to trust ourselves. And we have to trust ourselves absolutely 100%. And that's why you need to really start working on your intuition. You really need to start working on clearing what doesn't serve you anymore. Now, the full moon is coming. And of course, you know, when the full moon is coming is also another area of releasing what doesn't serve us anymore. And it's coming, I think, I'm sorry, I don't remember the date, but it's going to be in 2 weeks, almost, something like that. So let's think about what really ascension means to us. And let's really focus on, are we really taking care of ourselves to take to the next level of ascension? Are we keeping ourselves and our body healthy? Are we giving to ourselves the love that it needs and the trust that it needs? Because if we don't love ourselves and we don't trust ourselves, guess what's happened? Other things come in and they manipulate. And now this is the good part about this incredible eclipse that we had. We're not going to allow things to manipulate us anymore. We're not going to allow anything negative to enter our bodies, because if you've done the work, which eclipse lasts for the next 6 months. So if the next 6 months, you really start working on what doesn't serve you anymore, you do your spiritual work, you do your meditation, you walk in meditation. It doesn't have to be that you need to sit and, how do you call it, do an hour or whatever, but do connect to your inner self. This is what meditation is about. So I like to walk and I connect to my inner self. I like to drive and I connect to my inner self. Everything that I do in my life is very conscious. It's been going on like that for a while. So think about really being conscious and grounded in a daily focus, in a daily practice. And like I tell a lot of my students, I say to them, please get up in the morning and do what you need to do just for that day. That will get you grounded. And do not say, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do that. That's not going to get you grounded. Or a month from now. What do you need to do today? Do you need to focus on 3 specific things that you need to get done? Do those. And the energy of this eclipse, it will really support you. And also, you know, when the sun gets dark, it's a total rebirth. Think about that. And I know you heard all that from different videos and different things like that. But I just wanted to remind you that the ancients always said, when the moon covers the sun and the sun comes back into, you know, when the moon moves, you know, when the eclipse moves and the sun comes out, what just happens? The sun shines again. But in that hour of the eclipse, a lot of like clearing has happened. A lot of energies have shifted. Anything that we don't want anymore or doesn't serve us anymore, it goes away. So we have another eclipse coming up, and I will talk about that, you know, on the next video. And I had to take a deep breath because I just started downloading all this stuff for you guys. But it's been such an amazing time for the past month and a half for me. And it just brought me to this eclipse. And I realized that everything that I have struggled for the past year and a half by moving from America to Greece to take care of my mother, it was a big shift and a change. But it's part of the ancestors. It's part of what we need to clear and get in touch with. And I'm back in my native land for, I don't know how long, maybe a year, maybe 6 months. I have no idea. And I'm not planning where I'm going to go next. So I know, yes, it's been a difficult year and a half, or maybe 2, I think, something like that. But now I got it with this eclipse in my meditation, that is just letting go. And now I'm having a new birth. And this new birth is so amazing. So please look at this energy of this eclipse and everything that's happening from now on as a new birth. And yes, astrologically, we're being supported, but also the earth is supporting us. Mother Earth knows exactly what we need, and her communication with the universe, the two communicate together and they know exactly what to bring for us. Yes, a lot of things that are happening in 2024, it's a lot. And yes, we're going to have a difficult time, but you know what? You stay grounded, and if you do your daily practice of do few things of those things that you need to do and focus on that day, like the Power of Now, the incredible book of Eckhart Tolle. This is time. And yes, a lot of books and a lot of us speak about those things many years, but now is the time to practice. Now is the time to take the bull by the horn and just say, I'm here, I'm grounded, and I'm going to do my work. And then what's going to happen is the universe and the earth, you'll be connection, you'll be able to manifest exactly what you need. So remember, for the next 6 months, this is the energy. Whatever, it's like an infinity symbol, as above, so below. But you need to be grounded. You need to do as much work of releasing fears, judgment, jealousy, any negative energies that you have. Because you know what? There's a lot of that around us, correct? You all notice human beings are not helping each other anymore as they used to. And we need that community. We need that connection. We need to know that someone's going to help us. And everybody has become very selfish, and they're after money or whatever they're after. And that we're not taking care of each other. So nothing's wrong with money. Money's energy, but we have to do it by not hurting others. We have to do all this by supporting others and really do everything that we do in a mindful way. And last weekend that just passed, I had an amazing experience, and out of nowhere, I see a monk in my little island that I live, and it was the Vietnamese monks that come from south of France. And I was like, before that, I was saying, oh my God, I miss so much my life in Sedona, because I can be with my spiritual friends and feel what I felt in Sedona all these years that I was there, 32 years or something like that, very long time. And then all of a sudden, I get invited out of nowhere through a phone call. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go for the weekend to meditate. And it was amazing. It was amazing to really connect with a source that we all have inside. So focus day by day, because you never know what this day is going to bring you. For me, it was a monk in the supermarket, and I went and talked to him, and I was like, oh, hello, what are you guys doing here? Oh, we're doing a retreat. Oh, where's this retreat? I haven't heard about it, because I'm kind of new in the island and I don't know that many things going on. They told me, and like, come and join us. Guess what? I went. And that's how the life needs to flow. And even if you're not open at the moment, you had other things to do, you can shift things around. Trust me, you can. On that note, I just want to say thank you for listening to me. And I want to wish you all a great next 6 months for this energy of this eclipse, and really take care of yourself. Namaste.